Is now the review for ShowCase watches. I'm going to read this story here. Hey Paul, I hope you are well. And it's been, he says here, it has been a while. It has definitely been. It's good to see you back. After the recent bad luck you suffered hasn't killed your love for the hobby. Yes, indeed. I realized I haven't supported you via a paid review for a couple years, so I figured I'd flick you 50 quid your way to support the Paul Pluta channel. Paul Pluta channel with some content. Because the Paul Pluta channel, I do the watch reviews. As you already know, I have bad feelings against Rolex ADs. Not the brand, mainly the AD network and the ridiculous games they play. My only anger towards Rolex itself is they allow these games to go on. So my collection is a little one-sided when it comes to brand choice. Here we go. My collection as of December 22 is as follows. Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman, the original Mark 1 Batman. This is the watch I wore the day my son was born and will never be sold. I have owned this watch for nearly 4 years and just love it. It's banged and scratched up a bit now, but it's in daily rotation. It's the only watch I don't bank safe as I wear it so regularly. Next piece is a Rolex 116610 LN date sub, a watch I feel is a one and done in its own right. I did own the 126610 LN for a short stint, but did not gel with the proportions. Particularly the 21mm bracelet and chunky clasp. I feel the 40mm subs with the super cases are perfect for a well-fed gent like me. Next piece, my Tuna Black Bay 58 Blue, which I have had a love-hate relationship with. Currently, I love the watch, but next month will probably hate it. I have kept this watch in regular rotation as I genuinely believe Tudor today is what Rolex was in the 70s. Just a working guy's quality wristwatch for all occasions with no pomp or ceremony. The lack of clasp adjustment aside, I believe the 58 to be a perfect daily, which you don't want to hide when you're with clients or in a rough neighborhood. Next piece, now we're getting into some Omegas here. My Omega, listen to this, my Omega Seamaster 57 Trilogy, a watch with so much personality and is so interesting to look at and fondle. The fake patina is a little overpowering, but a perfect watch can be dull. It is sometimes the imperfection that makes perfection. This is the watch close to my heart, as the 57 Trilogy onwards was Omega's peak right up until the quartz crisis. Next piece he's got here is my Omega Seamaster No Time to Die, a watch I purchased at a black tie Omega event when my wife and I were invited to a special screening of the movie. We and 23 other guests were treated to a private screening, fully paid bar and food. The shaken, not stirred martinis were flowing, and by the end of the night, I walked away with this watch. Next piece is an Omega Speedmaster 1861 Big Box Halcylite, just a classic in every way. And although many don't like the bracelet, I actually prefer it. Like I said previously, I am well fed, and the bracelet on the 1861 just gives that bit more heft. Next piece, my Omega Speedmaster 3861 Halcylite, a watch I feel is superior to all other mainstream speedies. Before it, with its latest Master Coaxial, so this is the 3861. Unfortunately, this model has now made Speedmasters across the board expensive, whereas they used to be accessible, entry-level luxury. Because of this watch, the prices of 1861s and other speedies have climbed, which is great for collectors, but it's a shame for those entering the hobby who really want a speedy. I guess the Moon Swatch release has filled the gap in some weird way. My Tudor Black Bay Pro, a recent purchase this month, and one which I am thoroughly enjoying for all those saying it's too thick, I call BS. Try it on, it wears lovely and hefty. I camp with the family a lot and spend a lot of time outdoors, walking, etc. And the Black Bay Pro is the perfect companion. My Speedmaster 3598.50.00, a watch launched in 1997 as a 1957 Speedmaster reissue to celebrate the 40th anniversary. This watch is one I wish more people knew about, as it's probably the last remaining Speedmaster bargain floating around next to the Mark II. This was the first Speedmaster to have the caliber 1861. It is a 42mm professional case. The professional bracelet caliber 1861 has the beautiful broad arrow handset and greyish dial. Omega launched the watch in 1997 as a replica, which killed its secondary value, but soon changed it to a reissue instead. But the damage was done, and apart from speedy enthusiasts, not many people know this watch. Although since the release of the 57s this year, I see prices are climbing from £3,500 to £4,000 region. My Omega, my Speedmaster, he's got a 321 Ed White, perfection in every detail. I begged my AD for this watch to celebrate the birth of my son in May 2021. As soon as my wife fell pregnant, I spoke to the AD and begged for this watch to commemorate the event. So the owner of the AD pulled some strings and got me high on the list at an Omega boutique not far from one of his other stores. Getting the call for this watch beat any Rolex call experience I've ever had. I've had the Rolex AD call for the Hulk, Batman, No Date Sub, etc. all at retail, but they meant nothing in comparison to the Ed White call. Again, my Ed White is scuffed up a bit as it's in daily rotation. Nothing major. It's just well worn and enjoyed. My Omega Seamaster Heritage, the latest model with broad arrow handset. A beautiful watch, but much like the 1957 trilogy, it's a little heavy on the patina. With the metal scuffs up and ages, I am positive the dial will blend perfectly with the rest of the watch. I love this watch because it represents everything Omega was in the 50s and 60s, but also brings into play all the technical advances Omega have done with their movements and quality. My Tudor Black Bay GMT, a watch I don't give enough love to anymore, but I suspect it will rekindle when we start with holidays again. I purchased this watch before the pandemic and never got the opportunity to wear it abroad. I purchased it because the thought of wearing my Batman on the street of some cities filled me with dread. So the Tudor GMT Pepsi just made sense. This watch gives off the vibe of the 1675, that's a vintage Rolex, or a 16750. Both watches I adore, but not being a vintage Rolex man, I don't have the education to buy and enjoy. My Omega Seamaster Professional Blue with latest laser cut dial, a watch I have actually owned several times. I'm not blown away with the bracelet, but tend to wear it on a rubber strap instead. I repurchased this watch a few months ago after falling back in love when Birmingham was showing off his on the live stream. It looks so cool on his wrist, I had to rebuy. It's a watch that when I don't have it, I always am looking for it. I got into this hobby, this is the back history for him. I got into the hobby circa 2010 with my Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, and I fell so far down the rabbit hole, it's turned into an addiction. One I can't give up despite trying on several occasions. I've owned the 1650 Pepsi GMT, 16700 Pepsi GMT, Daytona Panda, Hulk, Explorer 39mm, Explorer 2, No Date Sub 40, Date Sub 40, Date Sub 41, No Date Sub 41, Batgirl, Batman, plus loads of other hype watches. I think the journey through watches molds our taste, and after experiencing the hype pieces allows me to explore what I actually love rather than what's currently on trend. The only rebuy I am looking at the moment is the 39mm Explorer 1 Mark II dial. Mark P from the live stream chat sold me the watch at retail, and I stupidly sold it 6 months into ownership to put the money towards Explorer 2 42mm, which then I sold. I think I'm going to rebuy the watch. As for me, the Explorer 1 39mm Mark II dial is everything Rolex was and is today. It is perfection and a watch I should never have sold. The question to our dear Pontiff is, what casualist dress watches should I buy? This is an era I have zero education on. I've got a 7.5-inch wrist, so ladies' Pateks won't cut it. I was thinking along 39mm JLC Master Ultra Thin Moon Face. What are your thoughts on this watch and the collection as a whole? I don't want to sell any, although shrinking down to 3 or 5 watches would be great one day. Thank you for your time and reading my collection. Wishing you and your family a fantastic new year. My 2023 be good for you, and may you replenish all that some low-life scumbag took away from you. There we go. There we go. Kind regards, James, ShowCase Watches. Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury, and today, guys, I want to introduce a new product. It's called ULO. Now, what is ULO? It's a digital business cards social platform that helps consumers and businesses get connected. It helps promote products and services all within a single professional network. Now, ULO was designed and built by the best. It's built by ex-Pebble engineers who pioneered in the smartwatch market. And they raised funds via a Kickstarter project. If you struggle to stay in touch with your customers, ULO solves such problems by collecting your contacts, enabling payments, and maintaining the conversations all within a single professional network. Guys, click on the QR code, take a look yourself. ULO, that's right guys, ULO, check it out. I'm ArchieLuxury, I'm gonna give it a try myself. Hi guys, so now we give the verdict on the ShowCase Watches collection. And I really did enjoy reading this review here. I gotta tell you, let's go through it piece by piece, and we can analyze his collection. So firstly, we've got the Rolex GMT Batman. I don't think it matters, it's a Mark 1, Mark what, Mark 2, Mark 3, whatever mark it is, it doesn't matter. Batman, that means it's a Batman is the blue and the black GMT on the Oyster. Doesn't matter even if it's a Jubilee. Beautiful, beautiful. We've got a sub date, and it's interesting. I'm wearing a 40mm bluesy, two-tone bluesy, quick wristwatch check. He says he likes it better. I think, to be totally honest with you, and I owned the 41, which was unfortunately taken in the burglary, but I think they're both beautiful, but I do agree. I think the bracelet being a smidgen smaller on the 40 is a little bit nicer. I like the proportions of the 41, but there's nothing wrong with the 40 sub date. That's black, that's fine. Then we got a Tudor Black Bay Blue 58, which you know what? I find with the 41 it is a little large, so I think the Black Bay 58, perfect discount diver to have there. Now he's got a few interesting pieces. So that's the Rolex Tudor contingent. Then we've got an Omega Seamaster 57 Trilogy. I absolutely love the look of this watch. I like the retro design. I like the key design elements. So that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The next watch he's got in the Seamaster lineup, he's got a Omega Seamaster No Time to Die. And normally I'd say cheesy, but I love this watch. And titanium isn't really my thing, but this watch just goes together so well. So I love the story there. Now, he wouldn't be a serious collector without some serious Speedmasters here. We've got the 1861, check, the big box 1861, which unfortunately I also had relieved in my burglary. That is a great watch. Then he's got the 3861 Halcylite. I would keep both, I actually do have that watch now. I have the 386 Halcylite. Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co, Code from Luxuria, and Dave the Super Collector chipped in after the burglary and donated that to me. So beautiful watch. Then he has an a Tudor Black Bay Pro. That's the one that looks like the Explorer 2, the vintage Explorer 2. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love that. He has the Speedmaster. He's got the broad arrow, which I've loved these for years. They were a bit of a sleeper. They were cheap. Not so now. I love the metal bezel. I love the broad arrow hands there. They are incredible, incredible. Then he's also got his Ed White, the 321 Ed White. Wowzers. That's top shelf Omega. And okay, so I've got to tell you, in all honesty there, the collection, pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 piece collection there. Now, okay, so I like James's journey. I don't like the fact he was had a burglary either. He lost his Hulk, but I do like the fact he came in 2010. That's 13 years ago. Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. He went through, tried Rolexes. He's had so many he's had Panda. He's had so many different Rolexes, especially hyped Rolex. And then he comes out the other side, going through this, and the only thing he's looking to rebuy is a does he have that? No, he doesn't. Sorry, he doesn't have. He wants to rebuy a 39mm Explorer 1. What do I think of that? I would say yes. That's a beautiful watch. That would fit beautifully in your collection there. I don't think it matters Mark 1, Mark 2, you know, that doesn't matter. The 39 Explorer 1 is beautiful. You were asking me about a dress watches, and I've got to be totally honest with you. It's not 1996 anymore. We don't have to have certain rules for I think all of your watches, let's be honest, they're any analog watch, analog meaning not a digital display with an hour hand and a minute hand, is a dress watch in this context. I mean, you have, how would you not take any number of these watches here? You could wear with a suit, the retro. I mean, I love the retro Seamaster 57. You've got so many pieces there. Do you really need a dress watch? I don't think you do. I think all of these luxury watches you have are dress watches. My own opinion, you've mentioned the 39mm JLC Master Ultra Thin Moonface. It is a beautiful watch. I'm not sure if it would make you happy, but that's to be totally honest with you. I don't think you need it. Okay, I know you, James. I wouldn't bother. The other suggestion, which I thought was quite good in the panel interview, was maybe an Omega World Timer. Omega Aqua World Timer. What do you think of that? World Timer. That's a sporty World Timer. That could possibly be a great way to go. The other great thing is, if you love your Omegas, Swatch parent company, maybe a dress Breguet, a node to Swatch. But I seriously think you've got an amazing collection, and I just love it. I really do love it. I don't want to sell any, although shrinking down to 3 to 5 watches would be great one day. Yeah, I understand the dynamics. See, the problem with a larger collection is you don't get to wear all the pieces, and you end up, you know, wearing the beaters, and life is too short to always wear the beater. Would I shrink it down? Look, I got to be honest with you, it's a very hard decision to do. I probably would keep what you've got, but I probably would say don't add a dress watch, keep what you've got and be happy. That's my advice. So James, I've got to tell you, I really love your collection. Amazing pieces, amazing story, and I'm so happy that you shared it with us. So there you go, James, full marks there. I love the story. I love the way, besides the burglary, which is pretty shit, I love the way everything came together for you. Well done, well done. So that's the review for James. Guys, that's James's collection. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. You too can have a paid review, $50 US. Look down below in the description for a paid review, and I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I do need more paid reviews. Okay, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Hi, guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube. Because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon, look down below, and I will see you in the next one.